you don't take dominion over your land, someone else or something else can dominate it for you. If you believe you have lack of resources, if you have anxiety, depression, all these things can occupy your land. It's your land to begin with, so you have the say on how you build on it. You have control on how you envision it. If you reject your land, it will reject you.
So today is day 10 and I still got 20 more days to go. I just wanted to say something that I noticed quite a while ago, but I think that maybe someone else might want to hear this too. So when I'm feeling rushed to do something, like there's anxiety, like I'm feeling rushed, like I got to do this now, like God wants me to do this now, I got to do it now. A lot of the times it's not God. The enemy likes to rush us, make us feel like we have to quickly do something or something else bad will happen if we don't do it. And so in those moments, I've noticed that the enemy will rush me. But what's really going on is the enemy's rushing me because he knows God is trying to get me a word. God is trying to deliver a message to me. He's trying to speak to me. And so while I'm in that rush, that chaos, when I feel that way, I've learned to take a moment and pause. And I say, Lord, what do you say about this? What are you saying about this situation? Because I feel rushed, I feel anxiety, and I want to surrender this to you. What are you saying about this? And that's when God will start speaking to me, or he'll instruct me that I need to worship. And the enemy does not like to dwell amidst in your worship. And so I'll worship, and then my mind gets clear, anxiety goes away, and then God starts to speak. So another thing is the enemy likes to offer you offenses. And when you start feeling offended, when you start feeling something rise up, or even if someone makes you feel a little uneasy, like, I'm not really liking that person, and that person's kind of annoying me and frustrating me. When I start feeling that way, that's when I know that I'm feeling that way because God wants me to pray for them. Because God sees and understands and knows what's going on. God understands. I have discernment. God understands what I'm discerning. But I don't just let it go as is. God wants me to pray for someone and be able to humble myself to pray for someone, even if they frustrate me, even if they annoy me or just make me feel like, I don't know about you. But I've learned to be able to humble myself, to be able to pray for all people, regardless if I like them, regardless if I don't, regardless of who they are. If God instructs me to pray, I pray. And that goes into even feeling, like someone wronged you and you're constantly thinking of that wrong. You're constantly taking in that offense in your mind. Even when you start feeling like that, that's when I've noticed that I need to definitely pray. We're human. People are gonna annoy us. People are going to frustrate us. I find that allowing that frustration, allowing that annoyance to sit there actually opens a door sometimes for the enemy to come in and start bringing you more offenses. And so just opening up to God and letting him know how you feel and then praying for that person definitely helps you. In 1 Peter 5:5, it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. And then it goes on to say, stay alert, watch out for the great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Stand firm against him and be strong in your faith. Remember that the family of believers all around the world is going through the same kind of suffering as you. Don't have pride and humble yourself before God. You are not greater than anyone. You are not the wisest. You are not the most knowledgeable, intelligent. We are all on different levels. And if we do feel that way, when you take that in, when you feel like you're above someone, when you feel like you know more than someone, when you start feeling that way, when you start allowing that to sit in you and build up, it says stay alert. The devil is like a roaring lion. He prowls around looking for someone to devour. He looks for someone with just a little bit of pride in them. He's looking to feed that pride. He's looking to feed your frustration, to feed your annoyance. That's why we always got to humble ourselves before God and submit it to him. Put our cares, cast our cares onto him. Don't hold that stuff in. When you hold that stuff in, even if it's not annoyance or frustration, or if it's a sinful nature or just sinful thoughts, submit that to God, because the longer you allow those things to sit in you, the more the enemy has access to start feeding it and then start trying to open up a door. It says in verse 7, give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. God cares about how you feel. God cares about what you think. Give it all to him. God cares how we feel. God cares about what we think about something. God cares. God understands how we feel. And sometimes God might instruct us to do something and we're like, God, that's a little extra. And he knows your heart. He knows how you are. He knows everything about you. He knows what's too much for you. God knows what you can handle. He knows what you can bear. He'll never put more on you than what you can bear. So this wraps up day 10. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I'm going all the way to day 30 with this, and I'm also going to include more videos in the meantime, in between. And so definitely subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thank you.